I'm Intruder Green. You might know me from things like Alex's Bar, Chuckawalla Valley State Prison, and Social Champ. Welcome to the Intruder Green podcast. It is, what is the date today? I don't even know. It is June 10th, 2020. Shit's still going crazy in the States. But I have to say, this is kind of what winning looks like, I think. Like when you have people in power starting to actually talk about and actually like move forward with real plans to dismantle the police departments. And that's the thing. They're not talking about reforming shit. They're talking about defunding and basically taking power away from the cops. And that's I'm not gonna say what more could you ask for, because there's definitely more you could ask for, but that is, I think, a huge step in the right direction. And you got also mainstream, like not mainstream media, but them too, but also just like mainstream concepts. Like you got the whole fucking NFL basically coming out and saying, we were wrong, like admitting they were wrong about like the peaceful protests that were happening, and they kicked out Colin Kaepernick and all that stuff. Lots of people in mainstream, I don't know what to call that, it's like a mainstream piece of America is coming around to accept that these riots and protests are about something important and it needs to change. So that's very good. I think that means, we're in a winning position here as far as like the Antifa, which is now basically apparently a terrorist organization according to Trump. So that's real interesting how, people trying to organize protests and a movement against fascism somehow terrorists? I mean, a terrorist is somebody who terrorizes somebody, like I think the police kind of fall into that category more now than ever, and much more than Antifa does. They're trying to organize peaceful protests, and the police are trying to fucking find any excuse they can to be violent against people who don't like them, basically. So anyway, don't want to get too much into that stuff because there's plenty of YouTube videos and fucking weird news articles to read about it, but I'm kind of excited about it. And the weird thing for me, though, I gotta say, I don't know if anybody else out there feels like this, but I feel like there's just something else that's coming. And I don't know if it's going to be like, coronavirus. When that happened, it was like, what? Really? Holy shit. A pandemic? How could this shit get crazier? And then, the George Floyd thing happened, and it sparked this sort of, I would like to call it a revolution. I hope it ends up being that. It's definitely a big bump in the movement right now that we're seeing. So, I feel like, though, that there's something more coming. I don't know if it's going to come out of like nowhere or what. I know I probably sound like some fucking like Joe Rogan conspiracy theorist right now, but I don't know. It's just this weird, I don't know, like you feel it shaking under your feet or something, and you're just waiting for something to happen. Anyway, to move on with the show, we got Kyle Kinane on today, and that was real fun to finally get to talk to him. I know Kyle just because from the being a show business basically, but I'm a big fan of his comedic brand. If you don't know who Kyle is, he's a great comedian. He does stand-up comedy. That's kind of his claim to fame, but he also is involved with podcasting and doing some. He's been in some like shows and stuff. I think he's got some Netflix shows that we talk about on the podcast. Maybe we don't. But anyway, if you want to find out more about him and his buddy Dave Stone, who's also a great comedian, you can check out their podcast, The Boogie Monster, and it's real fun. They've actually been getting into it, because they just talk about normally they talk about fucking Bigfoot and stuff like that. It's all about conspiracy theories and monsters and stuff. But lately, that's kind of gone out the window, and they're really just kind of talking about whatever. And there's a lot to talk about lately, so that's important. And the latest episode, I have to say, was probably one of my favorites. And I don't want to spoil it, but I just want you to go and check out their podcast because it's great, and I love them. But yeah, so anyway, it was real nice to have him on the show finally. We kind of know each other, like I said, through show business, just him being at our shows and us being in the same spaces because of his brand of comedy is kind of like, it lends itself more to like the punk rock aesthetic, I guess, because he's kind of like a punk rock dude. I don't know if he like kind of defines himself that way, but he definitely can be. He's definitely been known to be at a lot of punk rock shows and whatnot. So anyway, I guess we're just kind of fans of each other's stuff, and like hanging out with him. And it was real good to do it. The podcast finally. We were playing like phone tag for like a year or something, but you know, I get it. People are busy and whatnot, and then quarantine happens, and suddenly nobody's busy, and everybody can fucking do whatever the hell they want. So it's real good. The producers of the podcast are Luke Ellis, Heather Royston, Gem City Sabrina, Vaughn Cotton, Sarah Koenig, Chelsea McNally, Cardboard Box Colony, and Carlos Hernandez. Yeah, if you want to become a producer of the podcast, you can get at me at patreon.com/Intruder Green. Please help me out there. But at the same time, there's a lot of other causes right now to be donating money to. I've talked about those before on the show, and you can check out my social media if you really want to find some of them, or just fucking like Google Black Lives Matter cause donations or something. Because that shit is real important, and I hope everybody is staying safe, but also staying dangerous out there. And I know you know what I mean by that. I will say too that this recording was done a while back, kind of just before I think the protest started, or maybe a little bit before. Anyway, we're obviously we're not talking about the protests and everything in the episode. So maybe, you know, like if you want to take a break from all that and listen to something that doesn't involve it, here you go. And if not, you know, maybe wait till later, but to listen to it, or just like turn it on and let it stream with the volume off, so I can still get like money from it. Yeah, all right. But anyway, the Intruder Green calling line, because that's important, is +1 608 535 9608. Hit me up on there about fucking anything, and I probably won't take your call, but I'll listen to your message, and if it's important, I'll call you back. Yeah. So without further ado, on with the show.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Intruder Green,
an inmate at the Durham Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1.
Come on, girl, now it's time to go to a place where nobody goes. In another town, on the other side of space, it won't be the same. Unlocking girl where party clothes. Unlocking girl where party clothes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Kinane on the Intruder Green podcast. All right. What's shaking, bacon?
I got dueling leaf blowers going on outside. So I don't
that's
know
going to
if,
sound great. No, I can barely hear it. It's going to sound... People freak out when there's like background noise and stuff on things like this, but I'm like, that's atmosphere or whatever. Atmosphere. I think it's great.
I'm at a point now where it's like I'm wondering about the priority of having people locked inside, but at least there's going to be somebody outside your window with a gas-powered motor at least 2 to 3 times a day from different angles.
That's right.
And I'm like, it's supposed to be about crime? I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to kill one of these dudes. Like, oh, you can't leave your house? How about this sound?
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Do you know what a hammer drill is?
The jackhammer, I'm figuring.
It's basically, yeah, it's like a jackhammer, but it's like a smaller version of it, like a hand power drill. Anyway, yeah, basically like the first day of the quarantine started, and I couldn't leave the shack here. Somebody next door started using one of those, and it just went all fucking day. I mean, you figure you picture a regular sounding, power drill, but then it's also hammering. It's basically like a jackhammer. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm stuck inside. May as well take up all these hobbies I've been ignoring for a while.
That's right. Like building shit with power
You know
tools
what?
in my
Yeah,
apartment.
I've been meaning to learn the accordion for quite some time. Why not now?
Yeah. We should do a Zoom thing where you could play the accordion, I play some bagpipes. It'll be good times.
Yeah,
Everybody will
all the
tune in.
most appeasing instruments. Everything that's sonically, just sonically erotic is really where I go with what instruments I want to learn.
That it sounds punk as fuck. I love it.
Yeah, bagpipes get me real horny. Man.
Yeah, why not? Sounds good to me. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. So I've been tuning into the Boogie Monster. I love you guys' podcasts because I don't know. It's real nice. You guys sound really good too now that you've been fucking yeah, that's my compliment. It's real nice.
Real nice. Good stuff. Way to go, guys.
Yeah. It sounds real good now that you're doing Skype too. It's like I know that I don't know. You say you struggle with the technology and whatever in the 21st century, but I feel like you guys figured it out and it sounds real good now. So I appreciate that.
Dave walked me through this one, so I'll throw all that credit to Dave.
All
Dave's
right.
the one who understands GarageBand and said record and just send me the file. And they're like, okay.
Hell yeah.
The previous 4 years, I was the engineer on the Zoom recorder, and it was that's why it sounded like shit for the last 4 years. So I apologize.
Oh well, whatever. It sounds great. It's always sounded great. It just sounds extra good now. I thought it was just because you were in different locations and it was like, people look at that like it's a bad thing, but I feel like, hey, at least you got like better isolation then and everything like that. It's good. Yeah. But
I'm not making Dave drive over to my house once a week. Now he can just sit in his own home and be comfortable. So
that's right.
Maybe that's it. Everybody just sitting there with their balls out doing these things however they want. Nobody's got to worry about like, oh, I got to take a shower and go meet up with other people. So there's a level of comfort.
That's
But
right.
the stand-up shows are kind of a nightmare.
Oh yeah, have you done any of those, like a live stream stand-up thing?
Yeah, and I'm just in my garage talking by myself, and I forget that people are watching it. So I feel like I'm just talking to three of my friends, and you know how you can make jokes with your friends that you can't make in front of strangers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I wind up making those jokes, and I think I might get canceled after all this.
Oh shit.
I think my career might be over.
Oh well, like everybody's career is over right now anyway. I feel like it almost doesn't matter. Maybe it'll be like one of those, it's like a Twilight Zone episode. And once it's over, everybody's going to be like, it was in the Twilight Zone, doesn't matter. Let's go back out on stage. And it'll give a chance for people to reinvent themselves and whatnot. Maybe like, yeah, I believe that to be true. It's going to happen. And
I'm impressed at your willingness to subscribe to so many surveillance protocols.
Yeah.
Given your nature, you keep the mask on, but you're also like, yeah, I'll give whatever this app is permission to use my camera and my microphone. Like now all my devices are listening to me because I agreed to it.
That's right.
That one like that. Doesn't help.
I even got that Amazon Alexa. I ask her questions all the time. And basically she just, every time I ask her questions, she's like, yeah, you want to buy this thing? And I'm like, I mean, I do, but I don't got no money. So how does that work? And then she, whatever. I don't know.
Alexa, rob a bank.
Yeah. Why make Alexa more useful? That's what they should do. Maybe you could do that with a different one.
You can't be curious. You just get arrested for asking it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm probably on all the lists anyway. Remember, that used to be a thing. People are like, oh, now I'm on a list. People don't even talk about the list that they're on anymore. It's just like, we're all on a list, I guess. You got a fucking camera in your home?
People give permission to be on the list. Please use my camera and microphone. And I'm not going to read any small print. Please, I would love to be on that list. Get me on that list, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if I ever have to go to court for something, I would be like, I signed that, but I didn't read it, so it don't matter, and they can't use that evidence against me. And to be honest, I don't really know how to read, so it's all what do they call that? Evidence you can't use.
That's going to be the best defense in the digital age is that I was illiterate and couldn't read the fine print.
That's right. I think that's the way to go. Honestly, I mean, and since I'm from America, they'll probably believe it.
It makes sense. I mean, yeah, the accent's helping too.
That's right.
No, I mean, no offense. I don't need you guys. I don't need your kind of trouble.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, you want none of this. Oh, yeah, the accent. I love speaking like this and people telling me, oh, nice Boston accent. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. We've gotten the weirdest comments. It's like some people are like, nice Boston accent when we're in Boston. And then they're like, nice New York accent. Nice fucking, somebody told us we had nice Chicago accents. I'm like, the fuck? We're in Chicago. I don't know. I guess we sound like that. But, yeah, people are fucking weird, man.
But there's a comedian named Callis, and he's got a great joke. He's like, I got the kind of accent where people don't think I went to college.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't. So, yeah, it's accurate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we got a delay, I think.
Yeah, I think you were breaking up a little bit. I don't know. I got problems with the Wi-Fi. I think that's another thing with the Corona crackdown and everything is they're making all the bandwidths like smaller and stuff. So when I try to use the Wi-Fi, it's like fails. So I got to use the cellular data, and then that always doesn't work too well either.
That's where I don't want to give too much credit to conspiracy theorists, but I think it's going to be like, oh, everybody's used to slower, shittier internet. And then when this is all over, be like, if you want to pay a little bit more, you could just have the same internet that you had before this started.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's all going to be all going to get turned around, man.
Oh, that's not conspiracy. Oh, that's absolutely could happen. I believe it to be true. Because wasn't there a thing where they were talking about doing that anyway with keeping the internet free and everything because they wanted to
throttle it to make it slower to push you into paying better setup. But then you got ding dongs that think 5G is what's causing coronavirus, so they're attacking people putting up 5G towers.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing right now. That as a society, we're like, you know what? These scientists don't know what they're talking about.
That's right. I use the internet to figure out that the scientists don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Scientists are full of shit. I better go with my gut. I better go with my uneducated, anti-vax, flat earth gut. That's where the truth is from.
Well, no, when you get data from the internet, then it has nothing to do with science because, it's the internet. It was created by God, right? Like God created the internet so that I could figure out that science is bullshit, basically.
God gave tools to create internet. It all routes back to God.
That's right.
God put the tools around the world for us, for a specific chosen one to find these tools. And I want to know how many people that think 5G is going to ruin their lives. We're trying to read an article about it on Facebook, and we're angry it wasn't uploading faster.
That's right.
I got to learn how 5G is bad, but my internet's so slow. If only there was a better way.
Fuck. All right, I'll get that 5G just for the chance to read these articles better. And then they're converted after that. They're like, oh shit, this 5G is tight. And then they're like, oh shit, I'm brainwashed to thinking 5G's. I'm part of the problem. All right, I guess I just, take myself out now. Or don't.
The only way to get the information fast enough to learn that 5G is evil is to install some 5G poles in your neighborhood to get that information to be against it.
That's right.
It's a confusing world out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very confusing world. And, whatever. We're making it through. I think, what?
I was going to say, are you disclosing your location through all this? Is that on the hush hush?
People know I'm in Germany. That's about all there is to know. I mean, I'm a little bit here, a little bit there, but in Germany for the time being.
Well, how is it? How you living out there? You enjoying it? Look, get up in there.
Yeah. I have to, but this is the second podcast I've done today, and it's getting a little hot in here. But yeah,
heat rash.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's nice over here. It's like it's one of those things where, and I always say this, but it's like the cops are a lot friendlier here. You can basically like it's a weird thing where it's like because you can commit crimes without having to worry about getting shot. It kind of makes you like not want to commit crimes as much because it's like there's less danger involved. I guess it would be the main thing, or I don't know, it's less thrilling maybe, or you just like, oh wait, the cops aren't so bad. Like they see you stumbling around in the street, and they're like, oh hey, we'll walk you home, and we're not gonna shoot you. Really? This is so weird. But yeah, since
Berlin, and it felt like everybody. I think maybe it felt like maybe because the history of Germany is so aware that now they're like, you know what, everything's cool. Whatever you want to get into, we're cool with it.
I believe that to be true. Yeah,
we had a little problem with intolerance back in the day.
A little problem.
We're just gonna let you get into whatever you want to get into.
Yeah, they do like to party hard in Berlin. Fuck, I actually wanted to ask you about that. What the fuck was the bar? Yeah, I don't know. I had a story I was going to share with you for some reason, but it's all gone now because of, reasons. So,
yeah. Oh, I know how world works. New information comes in, old information goes out.
That's right. That's the way brains work. And you wouldn't know that without probably like the internet created by God. So there we are.
Yeah. God gave us guns and the internet. And that's why you're not a Christian. You probably got to go.
That's right. Go to hell. Yeah. So you've been telling these jokes that getting you into trouble. Is that what's leading to these? I hear you getting like Twitter wars going on. Is that still accurate? Because I've been catching up with the Boogie Monster and hearing all these stories, but I didn't know if you've tamed the fires or whatever, put out the fires, whatever the fucking analogy is.
No, because you know what the word, like, I know better. We all know better.
Oh, yeah.
Why? You're not going to win. I guess, you know what? I got offended when somebody like, all right, all this stuff has ruined conspiracy theories as entertainment.
Yeah.
Remember when it was just fun and you'd laugh at them like, oh, maybe Bigfoot's real and I bet aliens live under a Walmart somewhere outside of Dallas. And that was fun. It was fun to talk about.
Yeah.
But now people really think they're real, and they're using like storming Capitol buildings with weapons, and it's like, oh, this isn't fun anymore. This isn't fun to joke about. There's real idiots out there.
Yeah.
Like real honest to God dipshits out there that really think that like Bill Gates is trying to make men grow tits with fake meat. And it's like, oh, you really think this? This is like you go to bed worried about this instead of like, haha, that's a funny one. You know, like, oh, bad boy got me pregnant behind a 7-Eleven. Now I got bat children. Like Weekly World News fun stuff. Like people really believe in it, and that's frightening.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think the important thing might be to and maybe we could collaborate on this if you're into it, but like start a website where we make up like more stories like what you were talking about. You know, I fucking gave Bat Boy a blowjob and now he impregnated my mouth or whatever, and I had more bat babies coming out of my nose or some weird shit that's totally unbelievable and ridiculous, but like try to sell it real hard. And like, you know, in one way we'd be taking it back to like take back the power or whatever to like the real good conspiracy theories to a better time. Or we could like make a bunch of money, people clicking on the websites because they actually believe it, because fuck it, they're believing all this other shit. So why not that?
Yeah, I have no problem taking money from idiots. I mean, I've made a career on it. So
hey, all right.
Hey, look who got a ticket. All right. But
yeah, that's
I think,
right.
Well, that's the problem is that's the disinformation campaign, is because then the conspiracy theorists sniff out a conspiracy they don't believe in. They're like, that's the one they're using to discredit all this other stuff. I don't know how bored and hobbyless you have to be to get to that point. Did you see the movie is it Around the Curve?
No.
Or Flattening the Curve. It's a documentary about flat earthers.
Oh,
It-
that sounds good.
It's real good stuff. It's they just prove themselves wrong with their own experiments, and every time they prove themselves wrong, they're like, "Our calculations must have been off." It's like,
Oh yeah,
it's so
It's like-
hard to admit that you're incorrect about something.
right. It's like the same people who.
They're willing to like just crash and burn so hard instead of being like, "Well, I was wrong about this."
Yeah,
They're willing to be
right?
like, "Nope, I'm gonna die on this hill." Because
Yes.
there's no like to be wrong is more humiliating than to just be a fantastic embarrassment to your whole family lineage. I guess I don't know. What it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Yeah, same people who like. What about that guy with the rocket? He was gonna like use a rocket to prove that the Earth was flat.
He died. he
That's what I
fucking
thought.
died.
Yeah, I thought so.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Supposed to die.
Rest in flat hell.
I mean, I'm sorry to be cold, and it's sad if he had family out there, but a guy who he was a limousine driver, and that's how he drove the rocket to the launch site, which was just an empty patch of desert, was he strapped it on top of his limousine.
all right.
Like, in a homemade rocket who was going to take pictures. I think he may have been the greatest comedian nobody realizes. Like,
And well, then he died for his passion. Then, well, that's the
like
thing.
Tony Swift, but as a scientist instead of a nightclub entertainer. It was like Andy
Right.
Kaufman, instead of being an offensive nightclub entertainer, is like, no, I'm a fake scientist that's going to prove the world's flat.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Committed to the bit so hard he died.
well, then like if that's a good theory, and then I kind of like him. But yeah, more likely he was
Yeah.
just a fucking douchebag idiot. But I guess you gotta have those people too. I guess. But as far as like his family feeling bad, like fuck them. They should feel bad. They created that motherfucker. I mean, they didn't
Any
stop him.
family had clearly distanced themselves at that point.
Yeah, good. I mean, yeah.
Not just by altitude, but by
Yeah, right. He did that work for him.
perpendicular distance as well.
Yeah. Social distancing. All right.
I proposed out at Thanksgiving this year. Oh, he's building one of his goddamn trash can rockets again.
Yeah.
All right. Guess I'll see you at his funeral.
Yeah, pretty much. That's right. Yeah. That's all my fucking notes. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Like every time I think about conspiracy theories, I don't know, my brain
fun.
melts.
They were fun until like the people that think Alex Jones is for real. Like, oh wait, what? Oh, that's a guy that you think that's not like just entertainment? That's not just like listen to like Coast to Coast AM on a road trip and listen to people talk about crazy. You think he's saying real things that whatever's making frogs gay and shit? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
like when did like a lack of intellect and a lack of shame, I think, led us all to this place. Like nobody's ashamed. Like nobody's embarrassed anymore. The whole thing, like you'd rather be dead than be proven wrong.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't want to just look at the earth. The earth is not flat. I was wrong. Instead, you're like, well, I'm gonna glue these 50-gallon drums together and take my iPhone up about 200 feet, take some pictures, prove to you the earth is flat.
yeah, that's right. People want to just, I mean, that's the thing though. It's like, fuck, way to commit, like I fucking get in a van all the time and drive around the country, barely scraping by and fucking, playing music. So, I could die doing that, I suppose. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. That's not a good career option, but I do it. And, so these people want to do that. I think it's more destructive than what I do because, it's like that whole cult thing, but, they're committing to something, I guess. So I don't know. I'm almost getting drawn over to the side on this conversation now. Shit.
Well, man, chase your crazy dreams. If you're not stepping on other people's toes,
Yeah.
I mean, I could sit here and call you a dipshit, but if sitting there and stapling sheet metal together and make your own rocket's gonna make you happy, man, all right, yeah, I guess why not?
Yeah.
It's like when you start taking to the streets and like, oh, I'm gonna have to storm a government building with a machine gun because the government won't open up. Like, well, no.
Yeah, and that's like suddenly you're way more special than everybody else, and demanding certain special rights and stuff, and being all like fucking, trying to be a martyr or something. That kind of bridges that line, or crosses that line, rather. I think.
Do you have to wear a mask over the mask right now in Germany when you go out? Or has that been an issue?
Oh, yeah.
Mask over mask?
Yeah,
it's
we're
like double masked intruder right now. Or are record sales kind of like? Are you seeing a little bump with the whole mask thing? Or are they more afraid of you right now?
I don't know. They should be buying more records. That's for sure. I do have to do the mask over the mask thing because with dumbasses, it's like we cover everything except the stuff that matters. The nose is covered, but it's like, fuck. I mean, you can't cover the eyes because then you fucking walking into shit, and it's real hard to rob a fucking store that way, allegedly. But the fucking mouth, we could cover the mouth, and it would look cool. Then we would look a lot cooler because we look like ninjas, and ninjas are cool. You remember the 90s when ninjas were cool?
Of criminal disguises where it used to be just a mask over the eyes.
Yeah, that's probably what we should have gone with. It would definitely be more comfortable.
Like the Hamburglar or something. And then it went to this whole thing.
And then then you get delicious hamburgers too. Well, I guess not delicious hamburgers. You get McDonald's hamburgers. But, like hamburgers nonetheless.
He was only robbing McDonald's hamburgers. He had bad taste. You rob a bank, get money, and buy any kind of food you want. He was only a thief for those particular burgers.
Well, he was a low, he might have wanted other better burgers, but he was aiming low, I guess,
My guess is that Burger King had better security. He's a king. He's got a kingdom. You're not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he got the fucking Royal Garden shit. Don't want to fuck with those guys. Yeah, that's right. Fucking Hamburglar. So I see a backdrop behind you. You're in a desert now. And
oh yeah, I'm in a wrinkly desert right now.
That's beautiful. The which desert?
To my wrinkly desert.
Yeah, the wrinkly desert. I love that one.
Yeah, I'm in my sound stage out here, my motion picture studio.
It's beautiful. Oh shit. Yeah, I know a guy. I just did an interview with the guy. Like, we were in a movie recently with this guy who does he used to work for Troma and now he's got his own company. He could probably do some shooting on your soundstage there. Fucking some desert scenes and some Dracula scenes and stuff.
It's 8 by 12. You get a lot of major motion picture shit happening out here.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Hey, there was a Masked Intruder cartoon that was happening for a while. What happened to that?
You tell me, bud. It's still out there.
Up in Hollywood like everything else? Because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking about it. But honestly, yeah, maybe you should, because maybe some people will hear about it and be like, hey, I'm a fucking rich television executive. I'm going to pay you a shit ton of money for that, even though I haven't seen it. And I'll be like, fuck yeah, you will. Let's do it. And then they'll be like, oh, wait, this contract says I get all the money. And I'll be like, I guess that's cool. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
You're criminals. You should be based in L.A. where the rest of the criminals are. And just
here's the best.
Make it work.
Here's the best part of all this, Kyle. I decided I would like to, have a career making music and comedy. So, of course, what better place to move to than Germany for making comedy?
Where people have a lighthearted attitude towards music.
Eastern Germany, too. Yeah.
No, really? You're in East Germany?
Yeah. They say they like comedy here, and I believe them because, I like to believe people. I guess that's why I believe them. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. It's the age of the internet. God created the internet so that I could do comedy in Germany. I believe it to be true.
That's what he wanted. And then he gave us the pandemic So comedy can only exist on the internet.
That's right. This is my chance. I feel like I must seize the moment. Well, I guess I am, because you're on a podcast finally. All right.
We're not bound by any terrestrial borders anymore. We're not bound by concept or time.
That's the thing. I don't think we haven't been for a while since Bill Gates created the internet. No, that wasn't Bill Gates. Al Gore created the internet. That's right. He invented the internet.
Tubes, yeah.
That's right. So yeah, we're not confined to like physical space no more. We're only confined to like, I don't know, hard drive space, I guess, or like bandwidth space. But
well, Earth will be a server farm for the rich people when they make it to Mars. Earth will just be like Australia, it'll just be a prison planet with server farms built on top of graveyards, and all of us working to cool down the server farms so the rich people can have their Instagrams.
See, yeah, the thing about rich people going to Mars that I don't quite buy is that, like, yeah, you could go to Mars, but it's like, it's not going to be very cool. Like, it seems like it would kind of suck there. So it's like, I would like to go visit it, but, it seems like that's going to be more like Australia as far as like just a barren land, not a wasteland. Australia is pretty cool, but like, I don't know. If I was rich, I would be like, yes, I would go visit Mars, and then I would come back to where there's lots of water and lush greenery and, still the peasants that I can do my bidding.
I guess that made sense before we all had to stay inside and the planet started to actually heal itself.
Yeah, I guess right?
My theory is a year old when we're all just ruining this place. I live in California. It's going to light on fire in a couple weeks anyway, so we'll
That's
see what
true.
happens.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe no people around will help the Earth heal itself enough that it won't happen this year. And it'll be like, maybe we should just all stay inside forever. I don't know.
It'll go. Every year we get some fire. Every year it'll be fun.
Yeah, lots of fun. All right. Well,
sorry. It caught me on a weird, not great mood right now.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Gloom.
Yeah.
Guitar players, I bet you thought you were shit out of luck when it comes to finding your dream guitar or amp. You know, you go on some auction site or something and it's all crap. Yeah. Well, that's because, you gotta look in the right place. And the right place is Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. They got exactly what you're looking for. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't they located in like Switzerland or something? Yeah, man, they are. Bern, Switzerland to be exact. But you can get on the internet and you can go check out the website, yeahmansguitars.com, and you can order stuff on there. So, it don't really matter where the heck you are in the world. You can just get on their website and find all sorts of cool stuff that you're looking for. And you might not even know that you wanted it until you see it on there. And there's a lot of good stuff. If you got something specific you're looking for and need some help finding it, just hit up Yeah Man Guitars on the electronic mail. That's the email. It's like 21st century and you got email and websites. It's like amazing. Some people will call it magic. Some people will call it science. I just call it, I don't know, crazy shit. yeahmansguitars@gmail.com. As far as email goes, it's where you email them. And while you're at it, get your band a tour in Europe and stop by the shop. Michael and the rest of the crew would love to meet you, I'm sure. And you could tell them Green sent you. Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. Hi, Intruder Maniacs. Are you in a band? The answer is, of course you are. Everybody's in a fucking band these days. Anyway, if you're in a band, congratulations. I'm making the worst financial decision of your life. Aside from taking out college loans or something. Yeah. Now there is a way to lessen the burden of such a financial decision. It's called merchandising. And Stupid Rap Merch Company is all ready to meet your merchandising needs. You want some t-shirts? Got a tight deadline you need them printed on? And because you booked a tour less than a month out and you didn't get canceled like everybody else's tours did? How about a bunch of weird random trinkets like keychains, medallions, and what about koozies? Like everybody likes koozies. Koozies are great because they keep your drink cold and your hand warm, or vice versa, depending on what you're drinking. Stupid Rad Merch Company can get all these made for you. Stupid Rad Merch Company is an in-house artist who can help you with your designs of stuff. They're still a small enough company that they pay special attention to you and your special needs. Because, you know, everybody's got special needs. Like, you know, you probably mostly. And they even got a web store. That's where the real magic is. You go on tour and you sell your stuff, but chances are you're going to have some left over, or some fans are going to feel like left out because they didn't have enough money to buy something at your show. So they go on to stupidradmerch.com and find stuff from your band on there. They'll take care of all your production and shipping fulfillment needs. So go ahead, go on to Stupid Rad Merch Company's web store right now and check out all the tight bands that are already on there. They got a bunch of them, like got at the Bomb Pops and like the Bad Cop, Bad Cop and stuff. It's all good. All sorts of cool swag. And right now, if you go on there and at checkout, you use the code PRISON, you can get 15% off all of the Stupid Rad merch branded apparel at stupidradmerch.com. Go check it out.
StupidRadMerch.com.
Well, man, I don't know. I want to know what a night out in East Germany is like. I only been to Berlin.
Well, Berlin is very cool. There's lots of cool clubs there, like Frankenbar. There's the Ramones Museum, which is a lot of fun. The fucking Flo, the owner there, is a real cool dude.
I think I went to Frankenbar. It was like everybody who was punk rock had to be the most punk rock. Everybody who was a thing had to be the most of that thing. Like, there wasn't a lot of subtlety.
Yeah, well, yeah. Germany, not a whole lot of subtlety there. But except for with like the flavors of their beer. That's where they have subtlety, because they will tell you that from region to region or like state to state, their beer tastes different because they like, I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, some places in the US where it's like each fucking city before Prohibition had a fucking their own beer. And it stayed that way in Germany because they never had Prohibition, because they're like, I don't know what these fucking asshole Americans are doing. And then they were the assholes. But yeah, all their beer tastes the same to me. I don't know. But they're like, oh no, it tastes totally different from region to region. And it's all Pilsner, it's all light beer. And you know, I just got this, it's an Imperial IPA. And the Germans don't really do craft beer, but they're starting to. And it's like, it's not bad. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Do they? Because, like, all right, I've been to Ireland, and like they get drunk there the way, like, it's like they don't know there's a stereotype about the Irish. So they just keep getting as drunk as they can. And when I was in Dublin, it looked like every scene from like a movie about the Vietnam War, where it was like two people holding up a third guy in the couldn't walk. And they're like, get him into the alley, because he was just barfing everywhere. And then, like, England, when I was there, everybody was getting shit-faced. They're all getting, like, they would all just get drunk after work and then go home at a responsible time, which I kind of like that. Like, you work until 5, then you drink, and then you're at home by 9:30.
Yeah, well, that's
American, like, I'm going to start drinking at 9 p.m. and then go till 2 and then get up at 7 for work.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I think that's the right way to do it. It's like they call that happy hour, right? The fucking you get drunk maybe with some colleagues or whatever after work, and you fucking get to bed at a decent hour.
A meeting with HR the next day because you opened your mouth a little too much.
Right?
Happy hour.
Yeah. So I think that's the way to go. And you know, once we get back into it, you know, that could be like a refresher thing that we start doing. Also, I gotta say, what I kind of love about the way restaurants are handling themselves during this time is, you know, like some restaurants are still open, but you have to like walk up and just order your shit and take it. And I fucking like that a lot more than like sitting down in some bullshit chairs and stuff and paying more. I get that it puts a lot of people out of work because they're not fucking making tips and stuff as a wait staff. But like, you know, like, whatever. My favorite place to eat is a fucking taco truck. You're not sitting down there. You fucking take your fucking food, go in your car or wherever. You can blast tunes in your car all you want, or you fucking go to the shack and fucking sit down on a bench. Have a good time. I don't know.
Got a lot of taco trucks in East Germany.
Fuck no. We ain't got no taco trucks here. The only place
Put a
you
lot
can
of
get,
miles on this truck getting here.
yeah,
It drives so far. It's supposed to my truck.
that's right. The only place you can get decent Mexican food in Germany is my buddy Crazy Nate's place in Nuremberg. And I will say to you, Kyle, if you're ever in Nuremberg again, well, I don't know if you've been there before, but if you ever get there, you got to stop by Crazy Nate's West Coast Mexican, because obviously if you're in Germany, the number one thing on your list of things to do is get Mexican food.
Every time I travel to another country, I just want to taste how they do American food.
Yeah, right?
Every time I was like, I'll be like, I was like, I don't know where I was, like Manchester or something. It was like Texas barbecue. I'm like, well, hot dog. That sounds like a good place for it. Like, why not eat with a? I don't know what Manchester's known for, culinarily speaking, but
Yeah.
And then when I'm in America, I'm like, man, I need something different, man. I need some Thai food. I gotta go out for this.
Yeah, because it's there. So why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I like going. Like, yeah, impress me with what you think a burrito is.
Yeah, it's usually kind of like sweet meat chili, you know.
Old sweet meat chili.
Sweet meat chili wrapped up in, wow, you got fucking Black Hawks.
Helicopter. Yeah,
They're coming to get you.
something's happening.
They know you're talking to me. That sounds like some real shit.
That's real.
Is it going down?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's loud as fuck.
Yeah, I've been getting some been some weird military flyovers in old Hollywood right now.
Fuck. Maybe it's all really going down. Maybe the zombies are really happening and we just don't know about it yet because... What's that?
Full Red Dawn style?
Yeah, Red Dawn. That's the Russians invading though, right? I mean, that could probably happen too. I believe that.
You remember the movie Red Dawn, how Cuba somehow invaded Colorado?
Was that what it was?
I was too young to put together the logistics of that movie.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one to swallow now.
I mean, I don't know if they were too young, but I'm pretty sure everybody could not put together the logistics of that movie. For one reason or another.
How nine high school students took over the Russian military in the Colorado mountains?
It sounds good to me, you know. Yeah.
I mean, it was fun watching as a kid, but yeah.
Yeah. I believe it.
Maybe I'll read free time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So, you've been reading Dracula? Are you still going strong with that? Yeah.
Under here. There's Dracula under here.
Yeah, I
still don't know if audio podcast or a visual podcast. I'm doing visual things. I don't know if this is going on as audio.
Well, you explain it. It's definitely... Does anybody do a visual podcast? It's definitely audio only. So I didn't mean to make you feel like you need to be on camera. What's that?
All right. I guess my dog coffee mug isn't getting as much. I'm trying to fill the pauses by taking big sips out of my novelty dog coffee mug.
There's not even anything in there, is there? It's just air. You're putting on a show just for me. Thank you.
Finished up my morning coffee here. Trying to read. I was doing this book reading shit before this pandemic. So all right, your boy here was throwing out garbage internet content long before it was flooded.
That's right.
Pandemic style.
I was doing this podcast for over a year before it happened, and now like everybody's saying, it's like, oh, everybody and their grandma's got a podcast now, and I'm like, you motherfuckers. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's like a good thing because I heard that it was like supposed to be a good year for that anyway. And now that everybody's cracked down or like can't go anywhere, they should probably like give me a lot of money for making a podcast because it's real important.
If people could only see visually the effort you've put forth here.
All right. Well, okay. Maybe we'll have to.
Nice curtain put up behind you. You got a microphone with the screen on it? That's professional.
That's right. And I know there's a way to record this. I just can't figure it out. And I feel like I'm probably going to end up like losing it completely there. Now we're recording. Is it recording?
Now we're recording?
I think we were always recording audio, but now I got the video recording. Yeah, or it's starting recording.
Oh, now it's visual.
The technology promises it's starting recording. Oh, did you just switch off? Oh, no, there it is.
I didn't touch anything. I just see Intruder is recording the call.
Yeah, there you go. Now we got visual.
Oh,
I'll put this up as bonus content on the Patreon.
people definitely want to see our faces. That's what really brings them in.
I believe it to be true. See, you're drinking coffee. We got a 9-hour difference between us, so
Yeah, you're in the evening hours.
I'm on whiskey and beer at this point. It's delicious.
I did that last night. I did about a 60-mile bike ride.
Yeah, you did. 60 miles? 60?
60 miles. Got out there, baby.
That
Rode
seems really
from Hollywood
long.
to Long Beach and back.
That seems really long. Is that long? Like, I remember doing 4 miles, and that felt long. Like, that was an hour or so.
No, it took about 8 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, we got free time to follow up on some crazy ideas.
Oh, yeah. And it's healthy
Yeah,
and
Free
awesome.
time to follow up on their crazy ideas.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna ride my bike to Long Beach, so I did it. It was my ass hurts real bad.
Oh, yeah. I believe it to be true. It's always fun when it's, I like to ride bikes. It's fun. I don't do it as much as you do. I hear you go on about it, on your podcast, and I'm like, damn, that's some fucking hardcore shit. Even though you might not be super hardcore, but you're definitely more hardcore than me. I just in the wintertime, and I know it's never really wintertime in Southern California. It's always the most beautiful place in the world. But I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm going to sit here and do nothing. And then I get back out on my bike when it gets warm out. And I'm like, oh yeah, that butt fucking hurts. I'm not going to do this anymore. And then I just wait another week. And then I'm like, oh yeah, oh no, it still hurts. Probably not going to be riding 60 miles, especially in Germany. Oh well.
There was Berlin had a closed down airport, so they just turned it into a park but left all the runways.
I believe that to be true. Yeah.
And so people just out riding, but I'm like, I thought that was a really cool idea. Like, oh, I'm just walking. Like, when are you gonna walk on a runway?
Yeah.
And also,
Legally,
Germany people they were having picnics, but they still play techno music.
oh yeah, that's the thing over here. Techno music. They do it everywhere. The kids are into it.
I think it's very German because it's emotionless and precise, and that's why I think they like it. I think it's just the accuracy of techno music.
There's think
no
that's true.
Drummer was off time. It's like, no, the machines made this music. It's precise.
Perfect. Yep.
And it's reliable. Techno music's reliable.
Yeah, it's very efficient. Efficient is the word you're looking for, I think.
Yeah, they love the efficiency of techno music.
That's absolutely right.
On a blanket in the park having a beer, but it's like, I'm like, wow, are you fucking relaxing in the summer sunshine with this pneumatic drill noise happening right next to your face? Different cultures, man. Different cultures.
That's what it comes down to. And I've heard there's actually a decent not necessarily punk scene. I mean, there's a punk scene in Berlin just because it's a huge city. Actually, yeah, Wild at Heart might be the other bar you might have gone to. But I heard there's a rockabilly scene in Germany, and that's pretty cool. Because that's very opposite of techno.
How is rockabilly not just cosplay racism though? Every time I've been to punk rock bowling. I'm assuming everybody listening to this is aware of the festivals and everything. The fest in Gainesville is just fun, good energy, and everybody's just there to be excited together as a group. And it's no other music festival that's not drug based, some Electric Daisy car. Techno music is soulless to me, and I think that's the drugs. And I'm not saying that's a negative way, but ecstasy will make you really enjoy a lot of mundane shit. So I think that's the group mentality. But punk rock bowling is always the most aggro, fucking leopard print, giant ridiculous hairdos. And then rockabilly guys are always man, I got restored my old Chevy and an upright bass and the 50s. There's no black rockabilly guys.
That's true.
Never see a guy like a 23-year-old black dude trying to recreate 1952 right now.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Daddy-o, what a cool time for us.
Yeah, it's true. Which makes me actually, now that you bring that up, kind of makes me worry about the fact that it's happening in Germany, because as much as minorities are minorities in America, there are even more minorities in Germany. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe the association with it though. Like it's also, isn't it huge in Japan? Isn't rockabilly huge in Japan?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's definitely a scene there for it. Yeah.
But it's like, just take the cosplay part of it. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's a costume.
Yeah. And I think, honestly,
As I say to a guy in a green ski mask.
I don't know what you're talking about, bud. All right.
We're all coming. Hey, it's just cosplay anyway. I need another silly tattoo to fucking make sure I'm cool with the show. I know. We're all the same thing.
Yeah.
We're all.
In a way. Yeah. We all got our fucking things. I mean, I like rockabilly music. And yeah, that's the thing. It's like I could never get that into the scene because of exactly what you're saying. It was like always this weird, like, tough guys and like a weird, like, underlying possibly racism going on. And it's like, I like this music. I think, slicking your hair back and pompadours are kind of cool, but
yeah,
something about it is like a little like off-putting. I don't know.
Like playing the part. It's like when you like, like, oh man, are you looking at my chick? Like,
yeah.
You have an iPhone in your pocket right now. Let's get over, like, let's accept that it is the year that we live in. I remember going to a car show and seeing, like, people that were like, they were going to get, like, in a rockabilly gang fight.
All right. Yeah.
I'm like, I want switchblades. I better see some switchblades. I don't want to see anybody with their iPhones out taping this, because that would not adhere.
Yeah, that would be wrong.
The scene.
Yeah. It's got to be, you got to keep it real, like a Renaissance fair, and, like, collect the cell phones at the gate. Be like, no blades, no bows, no fucking cell phones, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're just playing like how far into character, like how far into your cosplay LARPing character are you?
See, now I want to take it all the way and actually do that. Like I know some guys who do like tabletop. Do you know Sam Russo? He's like on Red Scare and stuff. Yeah, Sam. He's been doing this Saturday morning coffee thing. He does like a live Instagram live thing.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. But he's been doing a thing. I don't know if he actually does a live stream of it, but he's got like one of those. It's like a book where you can do like a RPG Ninja Turtles thing, which I think is even way cooler than Dungeons and Dragons. But I would love to do that as like a rockabilly game where you'd like, oh, I got my fucking switchblade and my pompadour is bigger than yours, so I get like extra wizard powers or some shit. And then you gotta like pimp out your lowrider and stuff.
Got caught by the cops and sent to juvie, and they cut your hair. Go back 10 spaces.
That's right. Shit like that. I think it's a good idea. It's a brilliant idea.
They threw my car in the impound lot. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, that's right.
You lost drag racing or something.
Yeah, fucking dragging for slips, for pink slips. No, that's when you get fired. I don't know what kind of slips they got for cars.
But they were close to that. It always felt like the West Coast punk rock guys are always like image before scene kind of thing.
Well, yeah,
I'm sure somebody can give me a bunch of shit, and I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm making a generalization, but Vegas, what's Las Vegas? Las Vegas has already got to be 1,000%. Like whenever you go, like you've played enough places where like this is the most rough and tumble, dirtiest bar that's ever been. You're like, every city has one of these.
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
Every city has like the bar that's gotta be the rowdiest, like the Double Down Saloon. Like, we're the gnarliest bar you've ever been to. It's like you're a vacation spot. Every city has one of them.
Yeah.
Every city has this bar.
That's right.
And not as like a photo opportunity, but because they're actually filled with scumbags.
That's right. And I will tell you, The rowdiest bar I ever been to was in fucking Cleveland. You ever heard of a place called Now That's Class? Yeah. That
Sir,
fucking place is great.
I've played Now That's Class.
You played there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that place.
That feels like there's something government happening, and it's the only reason the health department hasn't shut it down, because it's like,
government
it's like
or mafia, whatever.
Yeah. It feels like it's only there to keep people away, because like the Men in Black operate from the basement or something.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right.
It's so disgusting. It keeps prying eyes away.
That's right. I'm pretty sure we've never played a show there. We played there at least like 4 times. I don't think we've ever played a show there where there wasn't a fight and people buying Mad Dog 50/50 at the bar for $5. Oh,
yeah.
That's a deal.
Yeah, I've wound up there. I think some of the other I miss a place that closed before this was the Star Bar in Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
which was wasn't so much rowdy as much as it was just a place that's a dive bar that has not been constructed to be as one. You know,
oh, yeah.
People try to manufacture a scene so much. It's like it either is or it isn't. You can't. Chicago is always good because there's a bar. You know, there's 4 bars at every intersection, and one of them's gonna be a total shithole. So there's plenty in Chicago. There was Carol's on the north side before the frat guys took it over. Had a live country western band that you would just they had a piece of fly paper up and you just stick it to it and request a song. They do every country western song you can come up. And that's the first place I figured out that crack had a smell, because the bathroom smelled. So that was interesting.
Wow.
Anyway,
that's amazing. I didn't even know crack had it. Well, yeah, it makes sense. Crack has a smell. Anyway, yeah, that's how you found out crack has a smell. That's a good story.
at the bathroom of the country west.
Ah, shit, I'm losing you.
Did you lose me? I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still there. Maybe just a little delay. Might let it catch up here a minute.
Oh, all right. I'm
God damn
stealing my neighbor's internet anyway. See, just in the spirit of this, my neighbor's internet.
Yeah, that's right. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for doing that, just for me.
Yeah.
You know what? I might take it off video because I feel like that's
around
dragging it.
Get off video.
I feel like it's making us drag. So yeah,
there we go.
I don't know. Maybe this will sound better. Because the whole time it's like, if I talk, you're not coming through. But now it might be good. All right. And I don't want to keep you too long. I don't know. Yeah. It's like noon 1 your time or something. So I'm sure you got some like daily bullshit to get into.
Yeah. Middle of a Thursday here.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I did want to ask you at least one more thing, unless there's anything you want to bring up. Crime stories. Do you got any?
Crime stories.
Yeah.
Crime stories. I think the best crime story I got is about. I've never done I've done overnight in the drunk tank twice, and one was for a DUI that I'm not proud of. I made a mistake.
But other one but you made a whole album about that.
What's that?
Didn't you make like a whole album about that, or like that was like the name of one of your?
I'm still gonna make jokes about all of it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Still gonna. See, that's why I figured if I can make enough jokes about getting my DUI, maybe I could write off the whole thing as a business expense.
Absolutely.
I made jokes. If you want to go real scumbag, I'll try to write off my DUI lawyer as a tax deduction because I made jokes about it.
Yeah, that's right.
As I said, like I didn't. It's a dumb thing. You don't have to do it. I didn't crash. I didn't hurt anybody, so I got lucky. I just got pinched. But I did. The dumbest thing that ever happened was I was 19. I was like Halloween time.
Yeah.
And we were going to Halloween parties around in Chicago. I was with my roommate, and he was stealing a bunch of stuff, but just stuff we needed for our room, like paper towels and like plastic forks, like party supplies.
Yeah.
And he was in his coat from all these parties. And, so I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was like pretty harmless. It wasn't really valuable stuff, but he was taking all his shit. And then we're leaving this party, and he found a sombrero. So he's trying to wear the sombrero out.
Oh, yeah.
And the host of the party was like, "Hey, that's my hat. You can't take it." And we're like, "Oh." Okay. So I was just like, "Well, you should probably take something else then, because we're gonna get a sombrero now where there's a void."
Right.
So he stole this it's like a 2 foot by 3 foot mirror off the wall that had like a sailboat print on it, like cheap hotel decorations. It was a college apartment. These were not valuable decorations.
Yeah.
Walked that off the wall, and then we're going to the same door past the same woman who caught us with the sombrero. I'm thinking, well, she'll stop us now. Like, maybe she'll see that this is funny, that now we're trying to steal an even larger item from her apartment. And instead, this time, she's like, "Oh, yeah, that door sticks. You just got to pull on it." We're like, okay. And we did. And we got out, and we ran down the stoop. And we started running down the street. We're like, "Oh, man, it's hilarious. He stole that mirror." And then we just heard, "Freeze!"
Wow.
There was just a bunch of cops out front waiting. They were going to break up the party anyway. And then we ran out. Just looking like the most criminal activity we could. And so my buddy chucked the mirror, which is bad because I don't know if there's bad luck tied to a broken mirror.
Yeah, right.
He dropped the mirror, which broke. And then they caught us for that. But then the worst is that they busted the party. So everybody's leaving this party as we're getting arrested in front of everybody. But they're patting my buddy down. And his coat's just filled with like napkins and balloons and shit. And all this stuff's just falling out of his coat and blowing down the street. Like all this dumb shit that he had stashed. And well, everybody's leaving like, this is what you guys... So they think we're just being arrested for stealing napkins and plastic forks.
That's great.
And then they threw us in the car. And the gal came out, and she's like, "That mirror cost me $1.50 at a garage sale, and now you're going to jail." She was mad that they broke up her party anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So she signed the papers. And then we got, then we went to I don't know which, it was like somewhere on the west side of Chicago, because it all went down by UIC.
Oh, yeah.
But the worst, like, if you go, like, they gave us our own cell, so it was me and my friend drunk in a cell. And we were going through like a pretty big social distortion phase at the time. So we thought we were just like earning our stripes.
Hell yeah, you're prison bound or some shit.
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, man, we're really like, especially I was kind of going through my own rockabilly thing around the same time. So I'm like, finally, a little bit of street cred. But then I got out before my friend, like, you sober up the next day and then you're ashamed because, you're a good person and you love your mom. And then you're like, oh, God, now I've been to jail. And so that's a thing. But I got back to campus, back to UIC, and I had my little Chicago Police Department bag with my shoelaces and my belt, which I'm sure you're familiar, Intruder Green, that they take away anything that you might use against your own person.
Yeah, super familiar with all that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I had my big plastic bag that said Chicago Police Department on it. And I got back to campus. I was just going to the Taco Bell on campus in the cafeteria. And everybody else is hungover from Halloween parties and everything. So everybody's there, and I'm like, yeah, ask me what happened. I got a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
Thinking like a pretty badass dude,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, police department. Yeah, what did this bad boy get into? I don't know, ladies. Stop by. Ask me some questions. Get to know me.
That's right.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I'm finally interesting. I've got a story. But then it wasn't, because I was in line at Taco Bell, and the guy working at the Taco Bell, seeing my Chicago Police Department bag, just goes, "Oh man, you're the dude that raped those chicks last night."
Shit.
And I guess there'd been a string of sexual assaults on campus.
Oh, so he wasn't even joking. He was. Oh shit.
No, not joking. And I'm sitting there walking around with a police department bag after a string of sexual assaults happened. I was like, What? No. I grabbed my Taco Bell and then ran back to my room.
Yep. That's good choice.
Later.
That was the one good choice you made.
Yeah. So anyway, there's one of my crime stories.
All right. I love it. That's a good crime story, and I appreciate you telling it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time on this wonderful afternoon Is it for you? Yeah, it's got to be.
About 2 p.m.?
Yeah. It's good stuff. Well, thank you for coming on the Intruder Green podcast, though. If you ain't got nothing else, I think you want to let people know where they can like get your stuff and everything, because obviously that's real important. You need to get that shit out there, right?
Yeah. I mean, my name's Kyle Kinane. If you Google it, you'll find what you're looking for. I don't think, if you want it, it's out there. And if you gotta thieve it, I understand. I feel you'd endorse that. Intruder Green. I feel like. But do you oppose people thieving the stuff now that it's a different environment?
Thieving, I don't know what you mean by that. Thieving stuff. I fucking love thieving stuff. That's like what I do.
How would you take it if somebody stole all the records from your merch table at a show? Is it crime on top of crime? Like commit crime, but if you commit crime against me, I'll commit crime against you?
Yeah.
Or do you have to, by nature, uplift and celebrate the youngins taking up a life of crime?
Well, luckily, that's the thing. It's like, what do they call it? Honor among thieves or some shit? Or like, there ain't no honor among thieves. So it's like, yeah, you fucking steal up our shit, we're going to come beat the shit out of you. Or more likely, our merch guy Dave will come after you. And you don't want to fuck with him. He's Krav Maga some people in the pit before, and it didn't turn out too good for them. So, it's like, we're not tough guys. We don't like confrontations and stuff. But, we got to protect our shit.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if it was celebrated or if it was looked down upon.
No, don't steal our shit. We'll fuck you up.
Like if a kid was like stealing shirts and then he'd be like, but come on, guys.
Yeah. We'll be like, yeah, come on. Where's your money?
The shirt has people stealing shit on the shirt.
Oh,
you might find yourself in a tough situation in court one of these days.
That's true. It could be like that whole small print situation. But, or maybe we'll just turn it into like a joke where, like he's making a joke, and then we're like, okay, now it's our turn to make the joke, and we just fucking, hold him down and take his fucking money, and then say like, all right, let's see, you got $100 in your wallet, you took a couple records, I'd say we're even. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, makes sense. I've been curious about that for a while, what the ethics were there.
Yeah, I mean, we do music and crimes, all right? And both of those things, we're trying to make money. So, like we make more music, or we make more money with music, then we don't have to do so many crimes. And, it's vice versa or whatever.
So therefore, it's like buy Masked Intruder merch, save Masked Intruder.
That's well, yeah, keep us out of prison at least. I mean, fucker Yellow's still in prison. I think. I don't know. Haven't heard from that guy in a while. But, I'm pretty sure he's still there. Pretty sure. Anyway, it's like you want to see us on tour, fucking buy our shit. Fucking give us money. Because, it takes money to make money. And, nobody's touring right now anyway, so fuck it. Just pay attention to us and give us money. And then when this is all over, we'll promise we'll come, like, play your birthday party or some shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure, Kyle, and thank you for coming on the podcast. Hope I'm looking forward to, I always love listening to Boogie Monster, and hopefully we get to hang out again soon. One of these days when this is all over.
Yeah, in person, good times. Looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. All right, man. I will talk to you later.
Be good, Green.
And that's it for the Intruder Green podcast. I want to thank Kyle again for being on it. You can hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Intruder Green. The Intruder Green calling line is +1 608 535 9608. Patreon.com/Intruder Green if you want to become a producer of the show. The Intruder Green podcast is produced by Colin Bennett, hair and makeup by Genevieve Smith, set design by Dylan Raymer, catering Matthew Hendershot, lighting Squeak Lights, Rahway, New Jersey. Our theme song is Particles by Typro. Fuck the police.
I am. Oh boy.
All right, now I'm ready for video. Yeah, it's real dark here though. We look great. I haven't done video on this thing yet before because I'm usually like standing up and it's a weird situation. But I just figured it out. We're figuring it out, Kyle. It's great.
I mean, it's a button.
Woo!